Do any of you remember who taught you the science of learning? Who was your teacher that made you a master learner, that unpacked the concepts of principles that are not intuitive, but really important? Do you remember your teacher, the grade that you were in? It's usually a silence. And that's the skill that our graduates are going to depend on for the rest of their life. So if you're going to give them something that will pay a dividend for life, will be an understanding of how they learn, the ability to monitor and control their learning, and skills and techniques that are evidence-based so they can continue to learn on their own. They will forget your lecture. They will definitely, for even straight A students, will not be able to get another A a semester after they got an A on that test. But if you give them a tool for life, that's why I think the incentive is so powerful from the demand side, the economy, the workforce, and the students. I don't understand why change is so difficult on the supply side, the academic institutions. So why are they, in your opinion, so difficult to change, so unreceptive, and so submissive to Thorndike's ideas from over 100 years ago, even when the evidence shows that that does not work?
There's a joke that is told in India, which I'm sure exists in every culture, which is there's a young man searching in the dusk under a light, and a policeman asks him what he's searching for, and he says it's his wedding ring, and the policeman says, "Where did you lose it?" And he points somewhere in the dark and goes, "Over there." And the policeman says, why are you searching here? And he says, "There's light here." Now, in other words, we go after the things that are sort of tangible and measurable, even if they're all wrong. The fact of the matter is, and as you said, I talk about in the book, Thorndike, the behaviorist, came up with things that were measurable. And we love to be, to quote numbers. Unfortunately, a lot of things about learning, and again, every parent knows this, are not easily measurable. They can't be distilled into a number. And that's what Dewey actually talked about. Not just Dewey, Thoreau talked about it. Emerson talked about it. Here, Louisa May Alcott's father was an educator here in Massachusetts. He talked about it. And so we decide not to follow it. So for all the great thinking and philosophy that went into the Dewey world, Thorndike won because it was measurable. And by the way, this has happened in manufacturing too. So if you've seen Modern Times, the Charlie Chaplin movie, that actually is it makes fun of the work of Taylor, who was a manufacturing guy who tries to, sort of use numbers to make manufacturing more efficient, treating the worker as a robot. It was the Japanese who actually humanized manufacturing and created something called the Toyota production system, lean manufacturing. And that's how the Japanese created better cars, worker satisfaction is better, higher quality, and took on and defeated the American auto industry. So anyway, my view is we've fallen into the trap of numbers because they're easy. There's light under this lamp. I will search for my wedding ring here.
Great, good answer. Thank you. Will anyone add to that?
Yeah, I'd like to just pick up on that theme because I think that's central to the work that we do in particular in helping our schools. Because yes, the schools that come to us are tired of the old paradigm, and they have built, and established a level of courage amongst their leaders that they're willing to start looking at the system and to unpack it. But I go back to Todd Rose and the myth of average, right? That, numbers are so misleading, although numbers are the gateway to getting into college. And for students and for their families, one of the biggest concerns that they have about the high school paradigm shifting in any way, shape, or form to abandon those measurements, those grades that really don't have a backing, is because of the fear of the college admissions bridge, right? From to go with your paradigm, your metaphor, is that there's a barrier there that we can't seem to get through. And so the Mastery Transcript Consortium, when we were founded, our goal was to kind of, upend the ranking and sorting mechanism that grades and GPA and all of these test scores really serve. That's the purpose they serve, is to rank and sort students so that, colleges can make decisions on selection with very narrow pieces of information that really don't tell the true story about a student. And so that is difficult to upend because almost everyone in this country, across the globe, has this belief that these numbers are central to future success, post-secondary success. And I think that's the reason that it's been so hard to really uproot this problem.